ladies and gentlemen. We will begin here in just a minute. Waiting for YouTube to begin. Once YouTube starts, we'll start pretty soon after. Once YouTube. Okay, I got to go to YouTube. You know I have to do all of that. All that stuff. I was watching a podcast from the city of Abilene. It was a live broadcast. I was watching that. Here's Theology Central. We'll start. I'm going to get this done. All right, that is finished. All right, I'm going to go here. Maybe. All right, we're broadcasting. We're one of a couple that are currently broadcasting. Got some Reformation Day stuff happening in the webcast, people. Tune in, pay attention, all right? That's going well. Hang on, let me listen to us. Here. Hang on. I got to hear. Maybe. All right, we sound good there. All right. I doubt we're going to get a lot of broadcasters or a lot of people listening to us right now. That's okay. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay, we go live in just a couple of minutes here. Hang on. I was getting a message. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Looking at our world from a theological perspective. This is the Theology Central Podcast, making theology central.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is Friday, October the 31st, 2025. It is currently 3:36 p.m. Central Time, and I'm coming to you live from the Theology Central studio, located right here in Abilene, Texas. Now, I know I'm calling the series the Sermon Audio Daily, and I know I've already done an episode today, but I'm turning on the microphone to do another episode because of a listener. I was sitting here, I was checking my email, and then I saw it pop up. Someone has left a comment on one of your messages on the Spreaker platform. And I'm like, oh boy. Let me go read it, because I never know what I'm going to find, right? I know I just uploaded the episode on the Salem witch trials, Rebecca Nurse and her execution. And I'm like, okay, that usually ticks people off because, people think I'm too mean to the Puritans, whatever. Okay. Maybe someone is upset with me on the last Sermon Audio Daily episode I did, because I talked about how now on the Sermon Audio platform, they have now 4 radio stations, and one of them is called Puritan 24/7, like the Puritan station. And I kind of made a joke about, the Puritans and the witch trials. And I'm like, okay, probably didn't make a lot of people happy. So I'm wondering if someone left a comment about that. I didn't really know what to expect. I was a little worried that, someone was mad at me for something. And that's always frustrating, You broadcast so many hours a week and then you say one thing and then, well, it can lead to all kinds of negativity. So I'm like, all right, let's see. So I opened it up. I went to Spreaker.com. I looked up Theology Central, and I started looking under the episodes. And the one I found was Sermon Audio Radio Stations, ? Okay, that was my discussion about the new radio station, the Puritan radio station that they're going to be adding, or the Puritan station, I should say. It's not necessarily, I guess you call it a radio station, but it's streaming. It's a streaming radio station. And I guess they're going to have Puritan content. Currently, it's the same stream as the Sermon Audio one. I haven't checked it recently to see if it's started separating itself. But we will see. I'm hoping they'll probably give us some kind of a news release at some point. So I haven't checked it, but I'm like, oh boy, someone's going to be upset about something I said about the Puritans, or who knows. So then I looked at the comment. This comment was left about 47 minutes ago. The name of the person is Josh, and I greatly appreciate Josh taking the time to leave this comment. He says, this is slightly off topic, but I think it's great. So I'll post it here. Our home church is on Sermon Audio, and here's our page. Well, that's awesome, right? Sermon Audio Daily, it's all about highlighting things on the Sermon Audio platform. Second, that's someone who attends that church and they're trying to allow their church to get noticed, to get recognized so that other people will listen. Hey, you got to love a church member doing that. You know? Hey, church members are out there trying to get your church's content to other people, to get other people to listen, other people to stream, other people to come visit. I mean, churches can't survive without people out doing that, right? They can't. Unless the pastor is bivocational, then the only thing he can do is just go kind of walk around looking to meet strangers. But typically the way people come to church is when they're invited by other people. The way many people will listen to something on the internet is when someone tells them about it or shares it with them, right? So you kind of count on that. So I thought it was awesome for his church that he's out there trying to promote his church. So I'm like, okay, this fits perfectly with what I'm trying to do. So I followed the link and it took me to Pleasant View Baptist Church. Pleasant View Baptist Church. If you'll go to Sermon Audio, to the app, the Sermon Audio app or the Sermon Audio website, sermonaudio.com, type in Pleasant View Baptist Church. I want to say Pleasant Valley for some reason. Wasn't that a song? Pleasant Valley Sunday? Wasn't it by the Monkees? Pleasant Valley Sunday. I think it was by the Monkees. Okay, it's a music reference. Okay, all right. Pleasant View Baptist Church, not Pleasant Valley Sunday. Pleasant View Baptist Church. They are located, and I have no idea how to say the name of this place, McQuady, 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 Kentucky. Is that how you say it? Am I saying it correctly? I don't know. McQuady, Kentucky. James Dale Massengale is the name of the pastor. This is Pleasant View Baptist Church. You'll know you're on the right one. It's kind of weird. They're located in Kentucky, but their artwork is of a lighthouse. So maybe they see their church as a lighthouse. But I'm like, don't think you have a lighthouse. Maybe you do. Okay, all right. So, but I get the idea. The point is, once you see the lighthouse picture, you'll notice you'll know you found the right church. Well, a lot of churches may use that because I think a lot of churches see themselves as a lighthouse that, people could dash themselves upon the rock, but they see the light of the lighthouse and they come to hear the word of God. I understand the symbolism. Okay, so Pleasant View Baptist Church, James Dale Massengale, McQuady, Kentucky. I hope I'm saying that right. And the last sermon they did was part 2, The Last Days. Now, I'm looking at some of these numbers. They're doing pretty well. The last sermon has over 100. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the one they highlighted. Wait, some of these sermons are old. They haven't uploaded anything since June. It looks like June was the last time they uploaded anything. So I don't know if the person is, if your church, you may want to tell your church, they may want to upload some sermons, okay? So they were doing pretty well. The last one that they uploaded was part 2, The Last Days, has over 100 plus downloads. Then if you go back to, I think, May, they have one that's over 100. Let me go back here. I'm just going to go back here to, let me see here. I'm just going to pick one from way back. Okay, now that one only has 17 downloads. So some of these numbers are very, very low. Some of these numbers are very high. Wide, that's interesting. Massive discrepancy or difference between some of them. Over 100, 17. I don't know if it's the name of the speaker. I don't know if the church all got behind it. I don't know. So it's called Pleasant View Baptist Church. Now, as someone who broadcasts, if your church hasn't uploaded anything since June, we're now fast approaching November. You may want to check with your church because they may be done with Sermon Audio. They may be done with the platform. And if you want them to use the platform, you probably need to let them know, hey, I use the platform and I'm out promoting it. Don't get rid of it. Why are we not uploading sermons? So they have 256 sermons currently available to you for download and to stream. If I look at their series, I'm going to click on the series tab. They have, I Know My Name Is There, Principle of Proverbs, 27 sermons. That could be interesting. Principles of Proverbs, 27 sermons. They did a winter youth meeting 2024. That only has one sermon, so it wasn't much of a youth meeting. They did a winter youth meeting back in January of this year, only one sermon. That's kind of weird, right? They did what's called Jubilee 2024. They have 17 sermons there. So I would like to hear some of the youth meetings. I always like to know what the churches are saying to the youth. But the Jubilee 2024, I guess, will be some kind of special conference or meeting they held. You can listen to that. Biggest threat to the church. They have 6 sermons about the biggest threats to the church. That could be interesting. What do they perceive are the biggest threats to the church? Those are some of the sermon series. But yeah, check it out. Go to sermonaudio.com, Pleasant View Baptist Church. Go to the Sermon Audio app, Pleasant View Baptist Church. I will put a link to the church in the show notes of this episode so that you can follow it and you can listen to it. I would like to thank the individual who took the time to leave the comment. First, just awesome that you're supporting your church, that you're promoting your church. I would ask you to probably check with your church to see if they are going to continue broadcasting on Sermon Audio, because at $60 a month and they haven't uploaded anything since June, that's a lot of months of wasted money. You're paying $60 a month and you're not uploading content. I would, maybe something's happened. Maybe that's something you could step up and help them out with, going, hey, is nobody recording the sermons? Is nobody uploading the sermons? Does anybody need some help? And you could help them out, and they could give you access, and then you can just take the audio file, upload it, fill out all the metadata. And if you can, make some artwork for them, because none of their sermon series has artwork. And so that would probably be a big help for them as well, if you know how to do all of those things, or find someone who does, all right? Or, you could pay me, I don't know, we could work out a fee, and I'll be more than happy to take over your church's site on Sermon Audio, and I will upload everything. I'll try to make some artwork. It won't be great, but I'll try to make something. And we can get all your stuff uploaded. All right, so if I can't do anything else, I definitely know how to do that. And you can take your RSS feed. I believe you can take the RSS feed from Sermon Audio, and you could go to podpage.com and you could create a pod page using that RSS feed. And you'd basically have your own website. You'd have to get a domain name. It'd be a little bit of work, but it'd be relatively simple. So, I don't know what's going on there, but see, I'm going to look under articles. They don't have any articles. Look under notices. They've not sent out any notice. They do have some comments. So that's good. So some people left some comments. That's always a positive thing. That helps people out, so that's good. It's encouraging, hopefully. So check out Pleasant View Baptist Church, James Dale Massengale, McQuady, Kentucky. I don't know if I will agree, don't know if I will disagree. Most likely I'm going to disagree with something, but that's not the point of the Sermon Audio Daily. The point of the Sermon Audio Daily is to take you down the different aisles of the gigantic Sermon Audio library and say, hey, check that out. So this weekend, check out Pleasant View Baptist Church. Imagine you're driving to Kentucky. You find some place named McQuady, and you're like, what is this place? And you're like, oh, Pleasant View Baptist Church. I think I'll stop in, listen to some sermons, and see what you think, all right? To the person who put forth the idea, thank you so very much. Makes these episodes very simple to produce, okay? All I have to do is turn on the microphone and say, go here. So I'll put a link to the church. Check it out, and hopefully you'll find it to be beneficial. And remember, for the Sermon Audio Daily, even if I promote or recommend a sermon that I strongly disagree with, sometimes it's the sermons you strongly disagree with that can be the greatest benefit, because in many cases it drives you back to really study the text. So whether you agree or disagree, as long as you get something from it, that's what matters. So check it out. And that's this very quick and impromptu episode of the Sermon Audio Daily, even though I've done one earlier. But hey, There we go. We can turn on the microphone anytime. That's what's great about having a microphone just sitting right here in my house. I can just go live. Oh, and hey, Pleasant View Baptist Church. Tell your church they can go live anytime. They just need a microphone, a computer. Just start stream and they can be talking about whatever. So there we go. All right, everyone have a great, Reformation Day if you so celebrate it. Happy Halloween if you celebrate it. And I know most Christians don't. So I'm supposed to say happy trunk or treat or fall festival or whatever you claim that you're celebrating that's not Halloween, okay? Whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope it's a great time. And hopefully you'll, take a few minutes to visit the Sermon Audio Library and check something out and enjoy it and benefit from it. Everyone have a great, and if you're not doing anything this evening, I could be wrong, but I think there'll probably be some webcasts this evening from Reformed churches doing their Reformation Day service. So maybe something to look out for. All right, thanks. God bless.